the young children would need a double dose, but the dosages are smaller. Moderna's data shows the vaccines are safe, though only moderately effective at preventing infection. The drug maker is also asking for authorization for older children. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Moderna's vaccine is only approved in the U.S. now for adults. Only Pfizer's COVID vaccine has been authorized for children that are aged 5 and older. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
WPTV First Alert Weather on WSTU is brought to you by Code Red Roofers, 287-2829. Code Red Roofers, the roofers who respond. Now here's the First Alert meteorologist.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast. This afternoon, breezy and warmer than the last couple of days with highs in the mid-80s, but feeling like the low 90s with the humidity. We'll see partly sunny skies throughout the day and some afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s with a 60% chance for late-day showers and storms. A couple of those storms could be on the strong to severe side. Friday, some showers to start, then sunshine for the afternoon. Highs down to the 70s as we head into the Friday forecast and the weekend forecast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You are listening to WSTU, Stuart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
It's time now for the Casey Ingram Show on WSTU. The opinions expressed are those of the program host and guest and not necessarily those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time to call in with your questions and comments at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. And now, here's Casey Ingram.
Good morning and welcome back to another beautiful Wednesday here on the Treasure Coast. It's a broken record. I typically am saying it's a beautiful Wednesday because it is paradise here and it typically is beautiful here. We are coming to you live from the WSTU studios in Stuart, and today we have a couple great shows on tap. First, we're going to have City of Stuart and Treasure Coast Humane Society. They're here in the studio. We're going to talk about the Mutt March that's happening this weekend. And then the second show that'll begin at 10:30, about 10:32, we'll have Melissa Martz in the studio, and she is running for Congress. She's a Republican running against Brian Mast for Congressional District 18. But first, I want to thank my sponsors. Forbearances, working remotely, internet shopping, retail space, and rental income have been hit hard by COVID. If you're looking to restructure your debt, obtain financing or equity, Commercial Mortgage can help you out. Tim Mullen at Commercial Mortgage has been providing debt restructuring services since 2003. Tim never charges a front fee and all consultations are free. Tim only gets paid if he provides you a debt workout. Looking for a debt solution or financing? Give Tim a call at 772-872-6099 or visit commercialmortgagellc.com to schedule your free consultation. And what's the best kept secret in Martin County? Well, it's the Fish House Art Center down in the Pocket in Port Salerno. You can look it up online before you head out there, thefishhouseartcenter.com. But literally there is something there for the entire family. It's a lot of fun. Not only is it an art gallery, they have an Airbnb, boat charters, marina, craft and creamery, craft beers, wine, and 24 flavors of ice cream. They rent paddle boards and kayaks. There's just all kinds of things to do down there. So again, that's the Fish House Art Center. It's in Port Salerno in the Pocket, and you won't be disappointed. Go down there and have a lot of fun. And finally, I have to bring up hurricanes. It's going to be here before you know it. We're getting close to hurricane season, and folks, the safest marina you're going to find here in the county is Indiantown Marina. It's down South Florida's best boat storage facility. It's down the Okeechobee Waterway, very well protected hurricane hole. And I bring this up because when a hurricane's named, it's going to be too late to find a safe spot for your boat. You need to get your reservations now. Have peace of mind that your boat will be safe, and give those folks a call. Get your reservation so you know you have a place to store your boat should a hurricane come our way. And you can do that by giving them a call at 772-631-3272, 631-3272, and that's Indiantown Marina. And it's also a do-it-yourself or full-service boat yard, so if you need any work done on your boat, they can help you out with that as well, Indiantown Marina. So now that we have the sponsors, and I've got wonderful guests, to my right we have Ben Hogarth. He is with the City of Stuart. And in the middle here, if you're watching here on Facebook, we have Debbi Greer. She is with the Treasure Coast Humane Society, and we have a really fun event coming up this weekend. Ben, I'll let you start.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having us here.
My pleasure.
Waterfest is this Saturday, starts at 10 a.m. It's a great event. It's been going on, well, this will be the 8th year. It's been going on since 2012 was the first year the City of Stuart was one of the hosts for the event. It's only happened 8 years because of COVID, and there were a couple of year intermission, so to speak. So this will be our 8th time doing it. The event has certainly grown since the first year we have. There are, I think, over 40 vendors, 40 different booths that you can go to and experience all sorts of interactive learning. It's great for family, it's great for children, and it's just an all-around great event. And everything is all about water. That's what we're primarily focusing on, and it's everything from storm water all the way to the water that you get in your tap. So everything in between. And then, of course, we're partnering with the Humane Society in Treasure Coast here for their event, which is Mutt March.
Absolutely. And Ben, this is absolutely perfect. We are the city on the water, and there's water all around us, so what a great festival to focus on. And, of course, we all know it's the lifeblood of our community, the water, so
Absolutely.
all kinds of things. Debbi, with the Humane Society, tell us about the Mutt March.
We are actually celebrating our 19th annual Mutt March.
Oh, my goodness.
We're very excited, and to partner with the City of Stuart and the Students for H2O for their Waterfest brings a lot more awareness to both venues and to both organizations. Mutt March are 5 and 10K. Check-in starts at 7:30. The race starts at 8. And then our festival is from 10 until 2 alongside of the Waterfest happenings right in historical downtown Stuart at Memorial Park.
The Memorial Park. Do you bring any of the mutts with you?
You can bring any of your mutts with you. There's so much fun things happening for the family and your friends, your four-legged friends. We've got the lure course happening. There is going to be a puppy play yard by Camp Bow Wow. We're really excited about that. There's also a costume contest for your pets. So, those who like to dress their pets up in fancy little costumes, come on down anytime between 10 and 2. The costume contest itself is at noon.
Okay, so be ready at noon, or have your pooch ready by noon for the costume cast. Are there different categories or just one?
I think there's the cutest, the funniest, the most original, and then there's an overall class too.
Does it cost anything to enter the contest?
No, it doesn't. It's completely free to register. It's free for anyone to attend Mutt March and Waterfest, so the whole community can come.
That is absolutely wonderful. And I want you to talk a little bit about the Humane Society, too. Before we came on air, you were talking about some of the statistics. I mean, the amount of dogs that you have helped over the years is just staggering.
It's amazing. Founded in 1955, the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast, it's the only open access, no-kill animal organization in Martin County. Okay.
Very important, no kill.
No kill, very important. And the services that they offer there at the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast are amazing. We've got the Humane Education Department that has puppy classes, people classes, because you're really training the people, not the puppies.
Right, that's right.
And agility course and so many fun things for you to learn how to do with your four-legged friends. And then they have pet therapy, and then the spay-neuter program that they have is just amazing. Last year alone, over 4,700 animals went through the spay-neuter program.
Wow.
And so that's surgery provided to these animals, in order to control the populations that are out there. We also have a trap neuter vaccine release program for the feral cats in our communities.
Oh, that's huge.
It's really big. So we trap them, bring them in, give them health checks, spay neuter, we chip them, and out they go.
Out they go. Can anybody bring in a feral cat, or that's something they call you for?
They would. Their best bet is to call animal control.
Okay.
That is the safest way, because
you never know.
You never know. You want to make sure that you're safe and the animal's safe. And trapping an animal on your own can be questionable.
Perfect. I'm going to backstep to the agility course, so people can just bring their dog out there and work with it.
They have classes through the Humane Education program there, and it's a lot of fun. I've witnessed it happening. I mean, I have little bitty dogs, and so.
Well, folks, I'll tell you what, this is our Humane Society right here in Martin County, and there's so much more there than just rescuing dogs, as you can tell from Debbie. So.
Amazing. Behavioral classes, behavioral analytics, just amazing.
And you'll
if you'd
find
like
out.
to take a tour, please give us a call.
You're welcome, the public, to see what the facility is all about. And, of course, you'll be having some information at Mutt March this weekend.
Absolutely.
So, Ben, who should or why would people come to Waterfest?
Well, primarily, it's obviously for children and families to come to learn about everything they can about water. And city will have itself, the City of Stuart will have several booths out there that, again, every booth that's there typically has something that's interactive. So it's interactive learning, which I know in the classroom it's difficult sometimes for teachers to be able to roll interactive learning into every lesson.
Yes.
But the beautiful thing about Waterfest is almost everything is interactive. And that includes arts, kind of an art craft. At some booths are demonstration. Some booths are kind of almost, I almost want to call it like a water decathlon, because you're going around and you're learning everything from how stormwater runoff works all the way to, like I said, water out of your tap. And everything has to do with, has an environmental message to it. So you have to have that wrapped into every set of learning that's there. And the beautiful part about the event with March, tied together in the same space, is that, families who are coming from one event or the other all of a sudden find themselves, there's this other event over here, and they're learning about this other event, and there's a lot more to do than there would have been just one event off to itself. And then, of course, then there's the Howard Allen Craft Festival that's going on downtown at the same time concurrently. So anyone who finishes up in Memorial Park and then go downtown Stuart itself on Osceola, and we have a whole craft festival going on as well.
I did not realize we have so much going on this weekend here
very,
in the
very
city.
Busy, yes.
It will be. It'll be packed. And, of course, I have to mention there's a tram in Stuart, so if you can't park close, it's okay. Ben, do you happen to know the number on the tram offhand?
I don't have the number on me, but we could get that for everyone, and we certainly have it on our website.
Yes.
It's very easy to find. But the good news is if you flag them, usually they'll stop for you, and we'll have plenty of parking around Sailfish Ball Fields. There's actually parking at the Stuart Middle School right there,
Perfect.
Right next to Memorial. So if you're having difficulty finding parking and you have to park downtown somewhere else, find that tram. They'll take you straight here.
They'll take you out. They always work great. What vendors or groups host booths at the event?
We'll have every school in Martin County will be there.
Oh, wow.
And they all have their own unique contribution every year. So every year you go, there's something different from every school. Just one example, we hosted a contest this year for globes, actual like globes that you would have in an office or whatever else. And they would paint them with or contribute some kind of art to the globe, and so those globes will be hosted. And you might have seen in previous years where they did barrels, and they made art with barrels. So it's similar to that. There's all sorts of contributions that are made from the schools. You'll have the City of Stuart will have several booths. There'll be other organizations like Indian River Keeper will be there. So there's certainly a lot of the advocacy for river and Indian River Lagoon health. So we've had plenty of water quality challenges over the years, so that'll be something that the kids can learn about.
To say the least, Ben,
Absolutely.
That's for sure. And Mike Connor, he's our Indian River Keeper, fabulous guy. We've had him on the show and need to have him again. He's really up to speed when it comes to legislation and what's going on with the South Florida Water Management District. Tell us a little bit about the Students for Water. Who are they, and why are they involved with Waterfest?
Great question, because they've been involved since 2015. So they've been involved almost since the inception of Waterfest.
Yes.
And the great thing about them is that they started out wanting to host a Walk for Water, which is an educational program to help especially children, but also families, learn about how in other parts of the world, especially the South Sudan, children have to walk sometimes miles and miles to go get water, and they endanger themselves doing that because they don't have a fresh well in their villages.
Can you imagine? And we're so fortunate here, are we not?
Absolutely.
I cannot imagine.
No, and so they've hosted this event for years, and what they didn't realize in 2015 was the City of Stuart had also been doing this Walk for Water, so we just decided it only made sense to team up. And Students for H2O is great because they help facilitate learning about city programs and water programs generally and conservation all in the school system. So the kids are sort of, I want to say indoctrinated, but we get them young and we get them learning about how important conservation is with water quality and water quantity.
It's time to start. So are there
Absolutely.
chapters in each of the school, the Students for Water? Is there a chapter in each school? Or
I don't think I think there's just one chapter that it covers all of Martin County, but
Okay.
but students get involved everywhere. And the beautiful part is that the whole school board, the teachers, the facilitators, they're all involved and they love it. So.
And you were saying that the Walk for Water symbolizes what happens. It just breaks your heart when you talk about the women that have to go who knows how long to find water, and
Absolutely.
then if it's even clean. The Walk for Water here, what is that? How long is it? Where do you go?
I think I want to say it's almost a mile if you were walking the whole loop. People are just encouraged to go as far as they can,
Right.
to at least experience it. It's I want to say almost like not quite as bad as that fireman that walks up the Trade Center every year. That's
Yeah.
quite the walk. This is
Right.
not that, but they're walking all over the park, just trying to understand better the challenge that people have to go through.
Off topic a little bit, but doesn't
Sure.
the City of Stuart have a walk path around?
Oh yeah, we have a whole so everybody knows downtown the river walk, the actual boardwalk
Right.
that's along the water. If you were to follow that, we call it a healthy trail. If you were to follow that healthy trail all the way around, you could probably walk a couple miles there and back all the way downtown, and it's all interconnected. So there's plenty of places that you can stop off at, both at restaurants but also in the downtown area itself. So.
And aren't there little stations that talk about whatever happens to be there, a landmark or might be a statue? We have some of them around. But
Yeah,
is
there's
that
there's
connected?
there's little markers and explanations, and the best part is we also have little stations for everything from cigarette butts to be deposited to plastic bags. So if your pup is going to the bathroom somewhere,
Right.
you could pick that up and keep it clean for everybody else. So we have those stations everywhere, and all of these little programs have been have come along the way over the last several years and introduced. And the Students for H2O help to clean up those cigarette butts, for example. They help to replace the plastic, and we try to keep everything as eco-friendly as we can.
And considering we're on the water, it's all helping to keep the environment clean and providing all this. So, and
Absolutely.
it's great to have the receptacles around to place trash in and to place the little puppy bags in, because you see so many people that have the puppy bags and then they leave it on the grass.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing that for?
Right.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to leave plastic.
Exactly.
Right, and the worst thing that can happen is any of that go into the water.
Right.
And that's why we have baffle boxes. So if you've never heard of City of Stuart baffle boxes, look that up. It's a huge program that is designed to collect runoff in the streets. They collect, and this solid waste is prevented from going in the river and in the
Huge.
water. So it's very, very important programs.
Huge. And also the City of Stuart can really tout their septic to sewer program as well.
Yeah, we've completed the city's portion, which is the infrastructure being kind of not just designed but also built out and constructed. We've officially completed that as of during the COVID during 2020. We completed that whole program for the entire city. All we need now is over time to get whoever hasn't yet hooked up to sewer over time, try to convince them as best as we can and help facilitate that. We have financing programs as well.
Oh, it's huge.
that we've used.
It's huge. It's very exciting, and I think you're an example for the whole county of what can be done, and again helps clean up the waterways. So,
Absolutely.
what activities can the pup owners enjoy during Mutt March?
Oh, we've got some great things. We've got the lure course, which is kind of like that little rabbit, so to speak, running around on the string, and the dogs get to chase it. So we have the opportunity for people to bring their pups into the lure course. We have the Camp Bow Wow puppy play yard, which is going to be fun. Have some little kiddie pools for the kids for the puppies to play in. And we have a pet photo booth. So they can come, bring their pets, and they can sit with them and get pictures taken, or just the pets.
Is it like the people where you have like some kind of prop to go with the puppy?
They'll have some props. It'll be fun. And then we also, our own Dr. Aruda from the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast is going to be there providing microchip services. So if you don't have your dog microchipped, come on down. I believe the cost is only $10.
Oh my gosh.
You could, yes, and that's so important. I mean, you hear of pets getting lost, and then a few months later, or even years later, they scan the animal and find a chip, and the owner gets a call.
Debbie, I think everybody should have their animal chip just for that reason. I mean, they do take off, and some of the stories that have been amazing of dogs that have been lost, they'll show up in another state somehow.
Right.
I don't know how they get there, if they hitched a ride or maybe somebody stole them. I don't know, but all of a sudden they show up and they're able to be reunited, and it could be years later. But
Right. I've
for
had that.
$10,
Yeah.
you know.
You can't beat it. And so they'll be there, and Dr. Ruda, I'm sure, will answer any questions that, a pet owner might have. Some of the vendors, we've got a dog grooming station that will be there too, so you can get your dog bathed or their nails trimmed and stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun. A couple of food vendors and some healthy food items.
Healthy food's good, but we all like junk food too.
I know,
I have to admit.
I know. But we're healthy water, healthy
Right.
pets.
Right.
Healthy people.
It is about a healthy thing. That's right. They do go hand in hand. And Cher, she's tuning in. Thank you, Cher. And she said she's going to be there. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of people this weekend. I mean, what a fun event. And then to have the other event, what did you call it?
Well, there's the Howard Allen Craft Festival.
Howard Allen.
So that happening concurrently
Yes.
is just going to draw even more people, I think, to all three of these
Yes.
events.
Oh, it's
Yes.
huge. It's huge.
It's going to be such a great idea to have multiple events going, so that to draw the attention of so many more people.
You can be there all day and have something to do. And that's right. You're bringing in a different interest of person who might have not known that the Mutt March was going on. So
Right.
that was there for crafts and whatnot. So in the Waterfest, of course. Debbie, let's talk a little bit more about the Humane Society. Will you have dogs there available for adoption? And what's that process for people? We've got about 4 minutes, but let's let people know what to do.
Wonderful. Yes, we will have some dogs there for adoption. Our one and only Sean Kelly, our, volunteer extraordinaire.
Right.
She's always out and about showcasing the dogs that we have for adoption, and a few others will be there. And you have to come in and fill out an application, and there is a fee in conjunction with that. And depending on the dog, whether or not our behavioral specialist feels that there needs to be an introduction with any of the other animals in your home, if that would have to happen. But we've got some amazing pets out there, and every animal deserves to have a forever home.
Right. They absolutely do.
Last year alone, our adoption program, over 4,100 animals were provided with homes.
4,100 adoptions last year. That's an incredible figure.
Yes. It includes our foster program. Do you know we have over 1,800 animals in foster?
And folks can volunteer to foster, come in to speak.
Absolutely.
Obviously, that's
And we've
taking care of the animal until it gets adopted and it's forever home.
That's true. There could be medical reasons. There could be, baby reasons, little
Right.
puppies or little kittens or even bunnies, guinea pigs. We've got all kinds of animals there. And we have a wonderful volunteer program. You can come out and learn how to walk the dogs, and they put you through an orientation, and they teach you how to read the dog's body language to understand how the dogs are feeling. So, safety for the dogs and for the volunteers. But it's an amazing organization. There's over 500 active volunteers in the Humane Society right now.
That's fabulous.
It's amazing. We couldn't do what we do without our volunteers.
500 volunteers. It's incredible. And, you can always use more, but
Absolutely.
You have an army already. It's wonderful to hear. Does the Humane Society have a way to evaluate the animals to make sure they're kid-friendly or other pet-friendly?
Absolutely. We have a whole behavioral evaluation. When the dogs come in, they're not just given a bath and given their shots and put in a kennel and say, oh, you're ready for adoption. We have a whole team that works with the dogs, the volunteers and staff, that evaluate them, their behaviors, their activities, and, they take them in small rooms and see how they work out with different environmental, yes.
Right, who's around.
So it's really extensive. When I first started with the Humane Society last year, we went through an orientation. I was blown away at everything that they do.
It is incredible. I appreciate you and Ben
Unbelievable.
coming in here today and talking about both of the events that are going on this weekend and the organization as well, because 4,100 people adopted dogs last year, and bless you for going to the Humane Society society and adopting those dogs rather than going out to, a breeder that, these puppy mills and whatnot that are just so terrible for the dogs. And this is where it really helps. These dogs are wanting homes. They're there.
Yeah, and they're not just dogs. They're cats and bunnies and guinea pigs and hamsters. And we even have chickens there.
And
so
chickens.
It's lots of fun.
So, folks, this weekend we have Ben Hogarth with the City of Stuart. We have Debbi Greer with the Treasure Coast Humane Society. Mutt March, Waterfest. Going to be a lot of fun. Memorial Park starting at 8 a.m. for the 5K and 10K, 10 a.m. for Waterfest.
Absolutely. Come out.
All right.
Come out, enjoy.
Ben and Debbi, thank you so much for coming in here today. We'll be out there this weekend.
Great. Thank you.
Appreciate it.